In case you missed it, I've reviewed the Soundpeats True Air 2 a while back, and since then, it's been my #1 half-in-ear pick. A big part of why I like it so much is due to the updated QCC 3040 chip. Now, this MoriPods is equipped with the same thing, so this should be just as good, right? Well, no. There's a couple things that Haylou needs to improve here, and if you're considering to buy the MoriPods, I'll tell you some reasons why you would want to reconsider. Let's get started. Selamat pagi! Good morning everyone, Kenneth here, and today we'll review the first ever half-in-ear earbuds from Haylou. I know you've all been waiting for this, and I would love to share my excitement about this earbuds, but unfortunately, I found the earbuds to be just okay. Before we talk about it though, full disclosure is in the description, which reads I always give you my own honest opinion, and if you appreciate my straight to the point approach, you can help me out by hitting a thumbs up, subscribe, and also use the affiliate links to support what I'm doing. Thank you so much, and let's get started with the most important aspect, the sound quality. If you've been a long-time subscriber in the channel, you know I usually don't get too critical when it comes to sound quality on half-in-ear earbuds. I recommend watching my half-in-ear versus in-ear video for the full story, but in short, these are designed to let you hear everything around you, and they don't create a significant noise ceiling, so the sound has to fight whatever noise that's around. That's why I don't demand much from a half-in-ear, and my standard is, as long as they have a decent amount of bass, I won't complain. The Apple AirPods and the Soundpeats True Air 2 are some of the perfect examples. They pump just enough bass for EDM songs so you can enjoy them, but stay clear enough when you're listening to acoustic songs, and they're not overly piercing too, so you could pump the volume up and still have an enjoyable experience. Now, the MoriPods on the other hand cannot pump that much bass. It's only just enough when you're listening indoors in a quiet room. Even then, pop songs are barely acceptable to my taste, and it gets worse when you start taking it outside. At best, you'll only hear the mid-bass, and most of the time, you're gonna kiss goodbye to the bass region, never mind the sub-bass rumble. Now that is probably done so you could have better treble response though. It is nicely detailed, it is crisp and clear. I'd even say this is better than a True Air 2, and it's great when you listen to a lot of softer acoustic type of songs. But when you play any other genre, especially rock with a lot of cymbal crashes and you pump the volume above 70%, the treble could get very piercing and uncomfortable to listen to. As for the volume, you get way more effective volume on the Soundpeats True Air 2 since it is warmer on the upper end, so you can increase it without feeling fatigued very quickly, and 60% here is like 50% on the Soundpeats. Also, sound leaking is normal, just like what you'd find in most half-in-ears, so starting from 80% or above, everyone around you should be able to hear the song you're listening to. Now, here's my quick tip. You know what sound you like best. If you prefer something that's light on bass with more emphasis on treble, and you listen indoors all the time, that is important, the MoriPods will not disappoint. But if you don't want to sacrifice bass response, you're gonna be walking out on the streets or shopping malls, I still recommend getting the Soundpeats True Air 2. Or actually, get an in-ear model instead if you're okay with them. I'll put my recommendations down in the pinned comment below for you to check out. Now, let's talk about the build quality and the features. Starting with the case, this is actually a template that's been used by Xiaomi or QCY. Only now, they slap a Haylou branding on the side to make it look different, and I'm okay with it. The build is solid, it looks and feels great. You have a couple of color options, white, blue, pink, and black, although for some reason the last two hasn't been available. And there's one LED in front that only lights up when the battery is low or it is charging. Then when you need to charge, the USB-C port is at the bottom. The lid is fine, there's no resistance, but it doesn't close too easily. And I don't know if it's just me, but I found it very fun to fidget with. Like, that, you know, although it gets a little noisy. But taking a look at the earbuds, they're easy to take out. The LED is located up top here, and they're built just as well as the case. This time, they're mostly a glossy finish though, with the exception of the touch area under this Haylou logo that's a softer matte finish. They also try to make it unique by cutting the top and bottom at an angle here. So that is nice, and these are IPX4, so I've got no complaints as far as build quality is concerned. The more pressing problem to me is actually on the fit. Now, half-in-ears are mostly using the same design here, but when you look closely, some are made a little bigger while some others are smaller. These MoriPods are on the smaller side, which means they don't press on your ear too much, and when you wear them for hours, they are less likely to hurt. But the downside is, if you know your ear can't hold half-in-ears very well, like my left ear, these are gonna loosen up quite easily. So be careful when you're eating, yawning, or grinning. They could fall out, or you need to readjust them pretty frequently. For me, the Soundpeats True Air 2 and AirPods hit the sweet spot, but I think if you have smaller ears, this would be fine. Talking about the controls, as you can see right here, these are your typical Haylou controls, so you don't have volume control as you otherwise would with the Soundpeats True Air 2. This is another minus point in my book, but in terms of sensitivity and responsiveness, it is good, so no complaints of that. And to Haylou's credit, it's also located at a more normal area, unlike the Soundpeats that you would accidentally touch often when you adjust the earbuds. You can watch the review if you're curious. Talking about battery life real quick, this is another strong point of the Qualcomm chip, and in my testing, I found the MoriPods to last more than 6 hours at 70% volume. Believe me, that is great result for a half-in-ear. But what's better is, for the first time ever, it reports battery in 1% increment just like the AirPods, whereas usually these things drop in like 10%. A nice detail that I'd love to see in more earbuds, and with the case here, this thing will last you up to a week. But yeah, let's check out the latency test and a microphone test right now.
Soundstage, decent sound imaging, you're just getting a really nice, clean sound that has nice impact. You're getting enough bass to work with all genres, and it just sounds good. But so I can explain the sound a bit further, I want to make some quick comparisons. I'm just going to compare them to a few bassier pairs and some examples here, like the Soundpeats H1.
Alright, so welcome to the call test, everyone. Right now you're listening to the Haylou MoriPods, and let's identify the mic that's being used. So this is an indoor setting where nothing is, going on right now. It's a very quiet room, and this is kind of the best case scenario you'd get from the Haylou MoriPods. And let's turn on a simulated crowd noise, and let's see if there is any noise reduction kicking in. So this is played from my laptop at 100% volume, and I think it should mimic what happens in real life. And what do you think of the sound quality? Did my sound get compressed, or you can still hear my voice clearly? Let me know down in the comments below, and let's compare it to the AirPods Pro real quick. Alright, so here we are with the AirPods Pro, as you can see here, and there is a crowd noise playing off of my laptop at 100% volume, just like before. So what do you think of the sound quality? Let me know down in the comments below, and we'll get back to the conclusion of the video. So, in conclusion, you could probably tell that MoriPods sound isn't really my cup of tea. It's a good option if you prefer something that's light on bass or you have smaller ears, and it definitely is a good first try from Haylou. But honestly, I think most people would be better off with the Soundpeats True Air 2. It's better in all the key aspects, like a more balanced sound quality, a better fit, and a more complete controls. You even have gaming mode with a newer production batch, so it's not that the MoriPods are bad, but the Soundpeats True Air 2 are just so good, it is so hard to beat. Anyway, what do you think of the MoriPods? If you're considering it, will you be proceeding with your purchase, or are you getting the True Air 2 instead? Let me know down in the comments below, and don't forget to use the affiliate links to help me support the channel. Thank you so much, I'm Kenneth, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.